Hey guys, it's me Arthur, and you're watching How to Draw Creepy Creatures. Now this is going to be a follow-up to the Rake, where we're going to paint this guy today. I don't know if you noticed, I have some Christmas lights that I hung up in the back, because 'tis the season. However, as I put them around my easel, I realized this is watercolor. Water and electricity probably shouldn't mix, so I kind of hung them a little bit higher up, so hopefully you guys can see them. So let's get into it. All right, we got some gray, we got some browns and greens and reds and yellows because it's a pretty simple palette here. Yeah, so let's mix them up a little bit. We're going to start out with flesh tone as the first layer, and then we're going to add more colors onto it, but first we want to do an even layer of just like sort of light peachy pink skin. This part's really fun. Just take like a sort of fine tip brush, maybe with a sharp edge at the end. Take some reds, oranges, greens, yellows, and then just start dabbing onto the area where you want that stack of leaves. Just make little droplets at first. Remember to be patient and do one color at a time when doing the leaves. Now we start gently dabbing and smearing those colors together. We want there to still be some definition, some shadows and light areas, highlights, but just to start sort of slowly blending the colors. Gonna add some more of that dark red to add some shadow areas, give it a bit more 3D feel. Now let's start doing the shadows on the flesh. Do some like grayish brown. That's a good color to start out with. If you ever seen those videos of girls doing contouring makeup, it's kind of like that. Just add the dark bits to all the places that you want shaded. So areas that you want to stick out more, be more noticeable, like you want to emphasize that they're pointy, just sort of do their outline with the dark gray. Okay, almost done painting on the shadows. Now let's soften some of those shadows with some clean water so that they look a little bit less stark and more natural. Let's start using some of that Jerry red that we used for the leaves onto his hat. Just sort of do a thin layer at first, and then as we want to add some shadows and stuff, we'll stretch it out with some water. Now what I'm doing here is that I'm dragging some of the color down from the hat onto the scarf so it will match. It started to drip a little bit here and I don't want it like a red streak going down, so I'm just going to fix it with the hairdryer. It's always good to have one on hand. Start filling in the rake with the rake he's holding with whatever color you want. Let's start filling in those eyes. Remember, they're supposed to be pitch black. Gonna use that dark red to kind of add some shadows and definition onto the scarf. Now there are some areas that aren't very well defined, so I'm going to grab a felt tip pen and we're going to fill in some of these areas. It's kind of just to give it more detail in certain places. Alright, and you have just painted the rake. Alright, like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Remember that next time we got, Cthulhu and the Kraken and a couple of other creatures. I also wanted to go into Christmas creatures because of what time of year it is, but, my email address and the link to my Patreon page are in the description, and anybody who finished the lesson on the show would like to show off your artwork, you can send to me, and as long as you give me your permission, I'll show off the show with your name so everybody knows that you did it. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and goodbye.